And then I'm going to call him once every month just to keep in touch and make sure that he remembers my face. So I'm gonna call him January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. I'm calling him on those months. And really, that is the art of a pipeline. When I start getting leads, when I have a whole bunch of people that I'm doing this process with, my day gets full of people that I'm talking to. Some of them I'm gonna be able to close immediately. Some I'm having to follow this process. Some of these you may go 2 years following this process of just something to keep my face in front of them. So when I am taking a new lead through a pipeline, it's going to look something like this, and this is really mirroring like the CRM that we're using. But what I'm doing, and this is what I would suggest to you guys, is a lead comes in. It's going to be labeled something like this. It's going to be labeled something like new lead, or maybe even have something kind of like a response or something like that. But it's a new lead. Let's just say you get a new lead in the mail. And then we're going to talk about what it looks like, what my process, what our agent's process looks like as far as like how I should call them. Because when we're working T65 leads, some of these people could be ready for Medicare 2 or 3 months. Some of them can be ready for Medicare in 6 to 9 months, something like that. But I still want to get in front of them more than anybody else through this pipeline period between now and when they become a lead. Now, the fact that they responded to a piece of advertisement shows that they're ready to talk. So I definitely need to go ahead and call them. So if you've got a birthday there, don't look at that as like, oh, their birthday's 9 months from now. I can see that. Look at that as an advantage. Like, I have an advantage to talk to this person right now. So let's say I've got Barry Jones on the phone, right? Or I've got the lead come through. I'm calling that lead regardless of what the birthday says. If the birthday says that it's 9 months from now, I'm calling it. If it's right away, I'm calling it. And I'm going to call that lead right now, especially through our slow periods. I'm calling that 3 times. And then in our CRM or my head, whatever process you're using, I'm going to set that up. If he doesn't answer, I'm going to call that again in 30 minutes from now. 30 minutes from now. And this is just on the first day of calling them. 30 minutes later, guess what? I'm going to move Barry Jones here in my pipeline process, and I'm going to call him 3 more times. Hopefully it picks up within those 6 dials, but maybe doesn't. Well, I'm going to move this to 3 hours later. So in my mind or in my CRM, whatever I'm keeping up with this, I'm calling Barry, if you do your math here, 9 times in the day that he becomes a lead. And then maybe I move it to where it's like I'll call him again in 3 days, something like that. But in the first day, I'm just calling 9 times. I'm dialing 9 times to get a hold of Barry. That's what I'm doing. Now, let's say Barry does pick up. Doesn't pick up, I move him to something like call him in 3 days, whatever. Let's say he does pick up. Barry calls, he picks up, and I'm talking to him. I've got him on the phone, and I find out that Barry's birthday is, right now we're in December. I found out his birthday's in February. Well, the good news is I'm in January, his birthday's in February. I can close him on whatever I need to close him on, whatever I want to. Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, because I'm only 2 months out. So I can go ahead and close this call. I can attempt to close this call. Just close it. Now let's say Barry's birthday is in May. It's in May. Well, I know that with us being in May, I can't write a Medicare Advantage plan really for this guy until February. Really, is when I can write a Medicare Advantage plan. I may be more inclined to start my conversation about MedSup with this person because I know that I can go ahead and get that. And so if I start talking about the MedSup and they're all on board with the MedSup, guess what I'm going to do with that? I'm going to close it, right? I'm going to close it if they're all on board with it. Now, if they're not on MedSup, well, then this is what I'm going to do. And I'll create like more of like a tree here for everybody. But if they want to go MedSup, they say, yeah, that sounds great. Then I close it. If no, well then maybe I start talking about MAPD. I start presenting that. And I know I can't close this until February, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something called mentally close it. Like I'm going to mentally have him sold, mentally closed. And I'm going to set a hard appointment. And guess what month I'm going to set that hard appointment for? Is it going to be February when I can actually close it? No, I'm in December. I'm going to go ahead and close it. I'm going to call him again in January, right? And then I'm going to call him again in February and actually officially close it. This is where I'll officially close it, right? Because I want to get in front of this lead every time. Now, you can see here, that means I've called this person in December. Birthday starts in May. I talked to him in January and February. I talked to him December, January, February, once a month. Guess what? If this person, let's say his birthday is in September, right? Same process here. I'm going to see if I can't go MedSup, but even with a MedSup, I can't close it quite yet. I'm not in that time frame I can do it. It's a little further out. I'm just going to do my presentation. I'm going to mentally close him on whatever it is. Mentally close him on whatever he wants to go, whether it be Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage. I'm going to have in his mind like, oh, this is a done deal. Like I'm going to have a conversation like, oh, this is done without it being done. Like he knows it's not officially submitted, but in his mind, he and I have already closed this deal. He doesn't have to worry about it, and that's what the conversation is going to feel like. And then I'm going to call him once every month. Call him every month just to keep in touch and make sure that he remembers my face. So I'm going to call him January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. I'm calling him on those months. And really, if it's a MedSup, I can end up actually officially closing it. Let's see, we got September. I can officially close it in March. If it's a Medicare Advantage, I can officially close this in June. So whatever month I can officially close it, that's where I'm going to officially close it. And I'm going to have that conversation with them then too. But I'm talking to this customer once every month. That is the art of a pipeline. And if I have a whole bunch of people, when I start creating leads or when I start getting leads, when I have a whole bunch of people that I'm doing this process with, my day gets full of people that I'm talking to. Some of them I'm going to be able to close immediately. Some of them having to follow this process. Some of these you may go 2 years following this process of continuing to follow up with them, right? But I'm going to talk to these people at least every month. That doesn't mean I'm going to have an hour conversation every time I talk to this person. It may be 10, 15 minutes, whatever. It may be less than that. Just something to keep my face in front of them, keep my name at the front of their mind, because there's a lot of people calling out there, and if I want to make them a customer for me, they have to remember who I am. So get out there, dial, make it happen.